Right now we're at the History Center for the Erie County Historical Society. This building serves as gallery space, the offices, and the library and archives for the organization. So it comprises one of 5 locations for the Historical Society. We have close to 35,000 individual objects ranging from pianos to bicycles, bells. Those are some of the things that we call a 3D object, and they reside in the collections. And then we have archives here with the 2D world, as we call it, which is the flat world, manuscripts, stock certificates, anything that relates back to the county's history resides here. We're an old, established historical society, established in 1899, so obviously that's years of collecting, and why for a relatively smaller community, a city of 100,000, a metro area, a county population of under 300,000, why we have such a large collection. Certainly from a theme standpoint, we have a tremendous amount from the War of 1812 and the Battle of Lake Erie. So we have a lot of items related to Perry and the battle itself. Right here we have the Queen Charlotte Bell, and that was one of the British ships that was actually captured. So the bell was taken as a spoil of war, essentially, off the ship and given to the people of Erie. It ended up in the City Hall here in Erie, and when the Historical Society established its own building and collections, it was then given to the Historical Society, and it's been on display and interpreted ever since. In addition to the bell, we have another really unique item, which was actually Oliver Hazard Perry's personal sword. And the story goes, we know for a fact it was Perry's sword, but the family that it was given to here in Erie was told that it was actually the sword that he used in battle. Now that connection we'll never be able to make for certain, and we certainly interpreted that way, but it is O.H. Perry's sword, and it did end up in the hands of an Erie family, who then in turn donated it to the Historical Society. And just like the bell, it's been on and off public display and interpreted ever since. This was a U.S. flag that was actually draped over President Lincoln's coffin when he died, and they had the funeral procession. And it actually came from the state of New York, and the connection is the Governor of New York's personal secretary was from Erie, and that's how the flag made its way back to Erie. And again, like the bell, like the sword, donated from the family to the Historical Society. So these are all objects of national significance that are in our collection, and they go on and off public display. The vast majority of items that you see at any history museum or historical society around the country is only a small sliver of what they actually have in their collections, and we're no exception.